In order for us to really appreciate what God is doing in the present, and even to dream forward to the future, it's important that we look back and we remember God's faithfulness in the past. Well, here we are at the Praise Gathering Fellowship off Atlanta in downtown Owasso. And if it were 1992, the first year of Rejoice Christian School would be well underway.
The topic on hand certainly is Rejoice Christian School. Now, if my memory is still working, let me give you a little bit of a history lesson here. Rejoice Christian School actually began with Tulsa Christian Schools. We had a K-3-4 the first year, and then the next year was a K-3-4 and a kindergarten. Things were going well. We were in the 40s. But then Tulsa Christian shut down right during the Christmas break. I didn't know at that time we could have kept going, so we just folded. In the meantime, that was such a good experience for us that I wanted to figure out how to do this again. We'd had some people in the church who worked in that early preschool, Judy Mullinex, Judy Horse. We had some teachers from our own church who taught there as well, that we needed a director.
Brother Pirtle approached me after I came back from Ivory Coast, West Africa as a missionary about becoming a part of a Christian school. And I told him I was not ready.
Oh, almost a year later, she came one day to me and said, "Were you serious?" And I said, "I'm serious if you're serious." And so I talked to Rilla about becoming the director of our school. Right on the very beginning, Judy Horse came alongside, and we made the presentation to the church, and it was approved. And we began the process, which is now Rejoice Christian School.
I remember beginning to enroll that first year, and we ended up with, I think it was 41 students, which seems almost unbelievable now with the amount of kids that we have at school. It was so much fun. We spent time at garage sales, we spent time at auctions.
We guarded and pinched every penny. And there were times I'm going, how are we going to pay for this? How is it going to happen? And I learned right on. I didn't make that kind of money. I couldn't do it. But I served a God who could. Many times I have gone home and fallen on my face before the Lord and said, "Lord, this is your school. You're going to have to make this happen." And you know what? He did.
Started out with 3- and 4-year-olds. Next thing, we were doing the kindergarten, and then the folks were asking, well, what about first grade? And found out, well, why not? And we went through, and the rest of that is history, adding a grade a year, only stopping 2 or 3 times to where we are right now.
Myself, with not being an educator, I was simply a volunteer, and that was fun also. And we had a lot of volunteers at that time in order to keep going. In fact, when we finally got a lunchroom, it was run totally by volunteers except for our cook. And so we've come a long ways in the last 20 years. The way Rejoice has impacted me is unbelievable.
When is a school not just a school?
When it is spiritually, first and foremost, distinctly Christian.
When your classmates are more like family.
When it is committed to helping students not just academically, but spiritually.
When it's not just acceptable, but commendable.
When it has high academic standards.
Impact students for eternity.
Rejoice about 18 years ago and brought our son, and he started kindergarten. And from that point on, I knew that Rejoice was a special place.
Good morning. Are you glad to be in chapel this morning? we want to encourage you in this generation to be the change that you want to see. Don't sit back and kick your feet up and expect somebody else to do it. It's got to start with you.
I love the heart of Rejoice Christian School, and I feel like the heart of Rejoice Christian School has impacted my own heart and my walk with Christ. I had the opportunity this last February to go on a mission trip for the first time overseas, and that has been life-changing, and that's part of the heart of Rejoice, is going to the nations. And it's so exciting to see our own students wanting to go, and we have teachers of our own, in our own staff who are going or who have already gone.
Hey Rejoice, here I am in the middle of Ukraine, and I just want to let you know how excited I am for what's going on there. The expansion, the growth, watching how God's moving and leading. It's really exciting to listen to and to see.
What I like about Rejoice School is how all the faculty and staff constantly point the student to be more like Jesus, and how we set the bar of excellence.
When I felt God leading me back to the mission field, Rejoice 100% got behind me, supported the decision, helped me in the process. Anything that I needed or help or anything, Rejoice was there. Truly, truly thank you. You have impacted me in a huge, huge way. And your support, your prayers, everything, it does truly make a difference. And so truly thank you, Rejoice, for everything.
I'm Michaela Olmsted, and I accepted Christ in 4th grade under Carol Kelly.
I'm Casey Taylor, and I also accepted Christ in 4th grade under Mrs. Carol Kelly.
I'm Tara Shaw, and I accepted Christ under Carol Kelly in 1st grade.
I'm Taylor Blaisdell, and I accepted Christ in 1st grade with Carol Keller. What Rejoice means to me is a family of people who are always there to support you no matter what you're going through.
I think what Rejoice Christian School means to me is just home. That it's a place where I was able to grow up along with my boys here.
My wife has came to Rejoice. My daughter teaches here. My granddaughter goes to school here. So God has been extremely gracious to me, and it's been just a super sweet experience for me to be around all these great kids, the faculty. God just opened a door that allowed me to walk in that just really completed my professional life, that I had not been able to do those things in the public school.
Hunter started here in kindergarten, and we weren't real active in church then, and Hunter would come home with verses and saying things that we had never even heard. So we realized that the school was doing something that we should be doing, and so then we got more active in church and started teaching it at home too.
It's nice to know that the things that we do at home, yet they are incorporated at school. He's just not learning 2 + 2. He's learning, the good stuff, the ethical things, Christ following, and just things that's going to help him throughout the rest of his life. And it's nice to know that we have partners Monday through Friday.
The biggest impact Rejoice has had on me has been through the faculty that have just invested so much into my life. Not only have they prepared me academically, but also spiritually as well, through just the amazing role models they have been in my life. And now I've kind of come full circle, and I'm teaching myself, and these teachers and coaches and administrators that I had when I was in school have just become really good friends of mine, and I just have an even deeper respect for them. And then another way they've impacted me, which I'm so excited about, is in this next transition of my life, which is going to teach in Africa. They've really set the stage for me and just instilled how important missions are and sharing the love of Christ and the gospel with these other people.
Rejoice has impacted me. They've given me a firm foundation to build on. something that I could take with me to college and be well prepared for as I went there.
One of the things that I'm most grateful for is just for Rejoice making my life what it is. I never really knew what I wanted to do until 11th grade during Spiritual Renewal Week when I started making some videos for chapel. And that's always been one of my dreams, is being a videographer. And so Rejoice kind of just helped lay a foundation for that dream.
I started kindergarten at Rejoice in 1994, and then I was a part of the first graduating class in 2009, 5 years ago, and I came full circle. Now I'm teaching pre-K, and Rejoice has just really been, the biggest influence in my walk with Christ.
I was able to go to Rejoice until the 8th grade, and that was the highest grade that we had at the time. Through my time at Rejoice, I was able to be shown how somebody who is a Christ follower should act, the things that someone who is a Christ follower should do. And through that, I was able to go into the public school system and have a great foundation to know kind of where I stood. And I was firm in my beliefs. And then, later on in life, I'm now seeing the benefits of that.
To try to tell you how Rejoice has impacted me is a very hard thing to do. I've always loved kids, loved to be around kids. So being able to volunteer at Rejoice was a real joy for me. I love hugs, I love giving hugs, and I volunteered for several years before they finally decided I was worthy of pay. I guess that's kind of a funny way to put it, but I loved it. The new building, I can't imagine what it's going to be.
This is my 6th year at Rejoice. It's been a whirlwind time. I still feel in some respects like I'm a new guy on the block, but it's been a really exciting time. Lots of things have happened. We've moved so much from this to that and had so many first-time milestone kinds of things that have happened. There are not words, there are not actions that are sufficient to be able to express the gratitude that we have for what has been done by those very special people that have given to this, and the direction and leadership that God has provided so that we could walk this path. What's going to happen for our students? They're going to go from expedient decisions to well-thought, intentioned decisions, where facility is, where facilities are designed and are put forward specifically so that they can do what they need to do.
I believe Rejoice has a major influence in this community and throughout the world in what we're doing. And I'm just so thankful for the growth that's getting ready to start here so that we'll be able to have programs, expand our programs, to do the things that we've always dreamed of but really never thought possible.
I'm just so excited that we will have a place where our kids can really fully have the space, the locations to just fully grow and be the person that God has planned for them to be.
One of the areas I think that Rejoice is really going to benefit from the new building is I've heard they're going to build a new performing arts center, and to me that just makes me really happy. The school is really going to benefit from building a performing arts center because that's going to allow our fine arts program to grow just as much, and that's a really awesome thing because kids definitely need that sense of having the arts and a creative outlet to go to.
I sit right here today as we're doing this interview, and one of our graduates is standing on the other side of the camera.
When I was at Rejoice, me being into video, I never really got an opportunity to learn much about it. I just kind of had to teach myself.
And as we grow, as our facilities give us that opportunity, there's enough students that would be interested in some of these kinds of programs. I'm looking around at the lights and the microphones and the cameras and everything that are around me right now. Will allow us to be able to offer some of those very specialized kind of programs for our students.
As the athletic director, we're extremely excited about our new athletic facilities and our school facilities also. It's going to allow us to have our own practice facilities on campus, our own game facilities on campus, and we want to give our kids a quality experience, and a great facility is going to allow us to do that.
I'm so excited for Rejoice to be back on one campus. I feel like it's going to give us so many opportunities to give our older students a chance to serve and pour into the lives of our younger students, opportunities to read with them, opportunities to share in chapel, testimonies, lead them in worship, And I feel like that's a win-win for both our younger students and our older students.
The impact that I see our school making on our community is going to be one that's going to be tremendous. We're equipping young men and women to make a change in our world, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Can you imagine, oh, Mrs. Carlack taught so-and-so in 4th grade. I had a part in their education, and that is exciting to me. They have the opportunity to turn our world upside down for Jesus Christ. Am I excited? You bet. Am I going to stay excited? Yes, always. Because I know that we serve a God who answers prayer. And I know that we have students who are trusting in that same Almighty God to lead and guide and direct their lives to impact our world for Jesus Christ.